The NFL Divisional round is officially set, so let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking some NFL, here to talk about the NFL playoffs. And as you see on the whiteboard behind me, I've got all of the Divisional round matchups, and I'm going to go through every single one, give you guys my analysis on each matchup, and give you guys my prediction on who wins each of these matchups and advances to their respective championship games. So how did I do last week? Let's quickly talk about that. I went 5-1 in the wild card weekend round. The only loss that I had was the Dallas Cowboys, who of course let me down and lost to the 49ers. I knew not to trust the Dallas Cowboys, but I still did. So it is what it is. All right. So with that being said, let's start at the top here with the Bengals and Titans. And I believe this is the first game of the weekend in terms of the divisional round. And folks, look, the Tennessee Titans are the number one seed. They didn't play last week, of course, because they had a bye. And the Bengals obviously beat the Raiders last week, and I did predict that. Not taking huge credit here. They were the favorites, but a lot of people did expect the Raiders to potentially pull off an upset here. And I'm going to tell you this much, folks. I'm a big believer in this Bengals team, okay? And if you watched my NFL predictions video that I made, then you might know where I'm headed with this. And that is that I do believe the Cincinnati Bengals can pull it off here and upset the number one seeded Tennessee Titans. Look, last week in the wild card weekend, I didn't have any upsets. A lot of you guys asked me about that. Faiz, how can you not pick any games to upset? There's always one upset. Well, you're right. There was one. The 49ers beat the Cowboys. But now in this round, I am picking upsets for sure. And it starts here with the Tennessee Titans losing to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I got the Bengals winning this game. Now, let me explain. The Cincinnati Bengals offense to me is better than the Tennessee Titans. All right? It just is. And the Titans don't have a good secondary. They stop the run pretty well. They're second, actually, against the run, but they're 26th against the pass. Well, what do the Bengals have? They have a fantastic passing offense led by Jamar Chase. You've got T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. C.J. Uzomah is also a serviceable tight end. Joe Burrow is playing the best football of his career. The offense is humming. Yes, if you slow down Joe Mixon in the run game, fine. You can still have him catch passes out of the backfield. Point is, the strength of this Bengals team is not the run game. Even though Joe Mixon's a very good running back, it is the passing offense, and that is exactly the weakness of this Titans defense. Now, you take a look at the other way around, and with regards to the Bengals team, they're 27th against the pass, and they're 8th against the run. So if Derrick Henry's back, and I fully expect him to, they are better at stopping what the Titans want to do, and that's their strength, which is stopping the run. And then we know the Titans want to run. And if you want to force the Titans to pass, yes, you've got A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, who is a shell of his former self. But the pass catchers are not on the same level as the Bengals are. So you see what I'm trying to get at here is what the Titans are going to try to do is what the Bengals defense is good at. And so the other way around, the Bengals, their strength is the Titans' weakness. So to me, this is a perfect matchup in terms of brewing for an upset. I believe Joe Burrow and the Bengals have all the momentum going into this. I believe the Titans, who are a team that I've never believed all season long, they've lost to the Jets. Yes, they've beaten upper echelon teams, but they're too inconsistent, right? They lose to the bottom of the barrel, and they'll beat the teams at the top. I'm going with the more consistent team, the team where the strength is the weakness of the Titans. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals to upset the Titans and move on to the conference championship. All right, let's move on here to the next game. I believe it's actually the 49ers and Packers. And I got to tell you, Packers fans, you are very lucky the 49ers won last week, because if they didn't, you'd be playing the Rams this week, I believe. All right, and I would have picked the Rams to beat the Packers. But lo and behold, I'm not going to do that now because you're playing the 49ers, and I believe the Green Bay Packers do beat the San Francisco 49ers and advance to the NFC Championship game. Now, here's the thing, folks. I've heard a lot of media personnel talk about the 49ers potentially upsetting the Packers, and they very well could. I agree. They do, what the Packers don't want teams to do against them, which is run the football, take clock out of it, as in take up time of possession and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines. That's what the 49ers want to do, run the football, keep it away from Aaron Rodgers. But I'll tell you this much, folks. As good as this 49ers team has been in terms of their defense and their run game, I just don't believe they will be able to still stop Aaron Rodgers. Again, their only way of stopping Aaron Rodgers is keeping him on the field, on the sideline. But the Packers defense has been fairly solid this year, right? 12th overall, 12th against the pass, 14th against the rush. So they're not a bad defense. And we take a look at the 49ers defense. They are very good, right? They're 4th overall, 6th against the pass, and 10th against the rush. But we are talking about the more likely than not MVP Aaron Rodgers this year, and I'm willing to bet on him to be able to overcome pretty much any defense at this point. So to me, combination of a couple of things here, folks. The Packers offense, I don't think the 49ers will be able to stop it. Second thing, I don't think Jimmy G and the 49ers offense is going to be able to sustain enough drives to keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline for too long. You can't just run the football the entire time. The Packers defense isn't that bad at it. So they're going to have to pass, and I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo to do so. All right? The Cowboys are one thing. The Packers, whole different story here. So to me, offensively, the Packers are much, 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 much better. And defensively, the Packers are serviceable. And that'll be enough to be able to stop the 49ers. Again, frigid, cold temperatures in Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Give me the Packers to win this game and advance on to the NFC Championship. All right, let's move on here to the Sunday games. We've got the Rams and the Bucks. And here we go, folks. This, to me, is probably the most even matchup. Again, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, pretty even as well. I'm hyped for these two games. I'm really hyped for them. But let's start with the Rams and the Bucks here, folks. The Rams, to me, again, you guys should know this, so I'm not giving anything away. They are my Super Bowl pick. And the one team I did not want them to face until the NFC Championship game was going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But lo and behold, this is what happens. Again, the 49ers winning kind of upset everything and reseeded everything. So now you got Tom Brady going up against the Matt Stafford and the Rams. Now, taking a look at this matchup, folks, both teams very similar in terms of their overall defense. We know the Rams and the Bucks both are very, very good at stopping the run. Let me give you some quick numbers here. We got the Bucks, who are 3rd against the run, right? 3rd best team, and the Rams are 5th best. So this is going to be a passing game because the Rams are 18th against the pass. Bucks are 22nd. So Matt Stafford, Tom Brady, they're going to be slinging it because they can't run the football in this matchup. Now you might be like, all right, Faiz, you give me Tom Brady, you give me Matt Stafford, I'll take Tom Brady. And I certainly will. I agree with you. But a couple of things here to keep in mind. In terms of the Bucks and their offense, you saw last week, Mike Evans, yes, he is still there. But Rob Gronkowski, besides him, you really don't have any weapons. Losing Chris Godwin was huge, right? Because in the middle of the field. And if Jalen Ramsey locks up Mike Evans, which he's very capable of doing, and I know Jalen Ramsey doesn't really lock up players. He kind of is a free-for-all in terms of how they utilize him in that system. But if he is able to take away Mike Evans, and you've got Gronk just in the middle of the field, I mean, we know Gronk can't burn anybody. Who else do you have? You've got secondary pieces, guys, like Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller, Cameron Brate. It's just not enough talent. You take a look at the other side, and Matt Stafford's got some burners here. Cooper Kupp, who was the best receiver in the NFL this year, and then Odell Beckham Jr. having an incredible postseason, having an incredible late season resurgence after he got traded to the Rams. He's been a touchdown machine, and he can beat anybody when he gets the football. He can take the top off of a defense and certainly can do that with the Bucks. So to me, more playmakers. I didn't even mention Tyler Higbee with regards to the Rams. So, for the Bucks side, if you take away Mike Evans, and then if the Rams, for their side, have more playmakers, then to me, that makes me want to lean towards the Rams. And to me, overall, just big picture, if I take a look at both of these teams' current state, because that's what we have to work off of, not full strength, I would take the Rams offense at this point over the Bucks offense. Again, no Chris Godwin, no Antonio Brown. Those are major losses. And then as far as the defense, I would take the Rams defense over the Bucks defense as well. So to me, just overall, the better team. I get it. They're on the road. It's going to be tough. You're going up against the GOAT. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. Pick the upset here. Go ahead and attack a compromised Tampa Bay team. Last week they played the Eagles, who shouldn't have been in the playoffs in the first place. So that really wasn't much of a competition. But now you're going up against a actual legit Super Bowl contending team in the Rams. I think the buck stops here, no pun intended, for Tom Brady. And I believe the Rams move on to the conference championship. All right, let's move on to the final game of divisional round weekend. And we've got the Bills and the Chiefs. And listen here, Bills fans, Josh Allen, that was a heck of a performance against the Patriots. They will never forget that. All right, so Josh Allen, much props to you. But now you're going up against another animal. You're going up against Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, who beat you last year. And this is much different than Matt Jones. All right, this is an explosive offense, arguably the best in the NFL, the best quarterback in the NFL, arguably Patrick Mahomes. And you're playing them on the road in Kansas City. Now, when we take a look at the numbers, the Bills, #1 team against the pass. So that bodes badly for Kansas City. 15th against the rush. Then we take a look at the Chiefs, 29th against the pass, 21st against the rush. So clearly the Chiefs' defense is worse. The Bills' defense is much better. Josh Allen playing at a much higher level than really he was playing even this season. In the postseason, you saw the performance he put up against the Patriots. And he's actually playing at a higher level than Patrick Mahomes, I'm not going to lie, at this point. But you still have to take into account Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. You still got the full weapons there. Again, running back-wise, I don't know if Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be ready, but I don't think it matters as much. They don't like to run the football. We know that. As far as the Bills, clicking on all cylinders, we get that. This is about as evenly matched as you can get. You can make an argument for both sides. And so to me, what it all comes down to is two things. When it's two very evenly matched teams, you got to go ahead and pick the team that you trust the most, the team that you feel like you're more comfortable picking, and the team probably with more home field advantage. And so to me, just by the narrowest of margins, I'm not saying the Bills can't do it, but I'm just going kind of with my gut pick, I'll be honest here, because it's such a close matchup in terms of both of these teams can win. I'm going with the Chiefs because I'd still take Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen, and I'll still take the Chiefs offense over the Bills offense. Now, the Bills can certainly win this game. Don't get me wrong, but I will take the Chiefs. So, and I won't fault you for taking the Bills. So there you have it, folks, my 4 teams advancing. So I got 2 upsets. I told you I promised them. We got the Bengals upset, and we got the Rams upset. All right? And then we've got the Packers and the Chiefs winning and advancing to their conference championship. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what you guys think. Who are your picks for the 4 games? Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.